Hello, I am petroonishchuk. Today's fourth video about CoreData in SwiftUI. In this video, I try to show you how work SortDescriptors and predicate a new fetch request. First, I want to show you what I have in my project. Start point for this project is my completed project from a previous video number 3. And now I show you what we have. First, how you can see, in CoreData folder we have CoreData model with entity book and also 3 attributes: author, publication date, and title. And also we have persistent controller. How you can see, this persistent controller follow and work with our books.ml CoreData model. We have extension for display our data in our application, and also we have a two view. First view for display a list with all items what we save by using our CoreData. And also we have another view, a new book. With this view we'll be create a new book and save this book by using our CoreData. And also, how you can see, in our app structure I create our persistent controller by using persistent controller type shard, and then put this persistent controller in our environment. How you can see, I put inside environment persistent controller.container.viewContext for work with CoreData. And then, how you can see, I use this persistent controller from our environment. This is our persistent controller, viewContext. Okay, this is my project, and now I try to create a couple books, and then I try to show you basic way how you can use it sort description. And also, then I try to show you how you can work with predicate. For example, how you can see, I create a couple books in our simulator, and also I set sort descriptors. With sort descriptor, we will be sort our data, what we take by using our fetch request. Our sort descriptor take two parameters. First parameter is key, is our string value, and also we have parameters ascending. We set the string for performing comparison. This means when we set key title, this means it will be sorted by our title attribute. How you can see, we have title attribute. This means we will be sorted by our type attribute. And also we have parameter ascended. Parameter ascended set how we want to sort our value. We can sort from low to high, and also we can sort from high to low. And now I run a simulator, and you can see how sort our value. For example, and now how you can see, when we run our simulator we have a new order. Our blue book is first, then we have gray, green, pink, red, and red on the end. And now when I change our ascending, that means our blue book will be on the end. For example, now how you can see, when we set our ascending to false, now our blue book on the end. And now first we have our two red book, then pink, green, and gray. This is the basic way how we can use it sort descriptors. Later in this video I try to better explain you how you can use it sort descriptors. And now I try to explain basic way how we can use it predicate. For example, now you can see I set NSPredicate. NSPredicate have two parameters, format and argument. First, how you can see, for format we have value title contains C and this symbol. This means we will search argument, this argument inside our title value. We will search book with letter R. And now when we run our simulator, we will have only book with letter R. For example, how you can see, when we run our simulator, we have a 4 book. Each book have letter R in title. In this example, we write a one letter, but we can also write a word. For example, how you can see, we write a red. This means we will search book with title what contains red value. This means we will search book with title what contains red value. And now when we run our simulator, we must have only 2 books. There's 2 red books. For example, How you can see, we run a simulator and now we have only two books, because only two books in our application have title with value red book and red book, but we have different authors. On the start of this video, I start to explain what is sort descriptors and also what is predicate. And then, in this video, I try to show you how we can use the sort descriptors and predicate in complex view. For this, I must create a view model and also I must create a new view. And now I will create a new file and then I explain what I create and how it all works. For example, And now I want to show you what I create. How you can see, I created a ViewModel. Inside our ViewModel file, we have our class myBookUpViewModel, and also we have an enum. Inside this class, we have a 3 property publisher. For text for predicate, selected descriptor by using our enum. How you can see, for this property we're using our enum. We create enum descriptor collection for using this enum in our ViewModel, and also we'll be using this enum in picker in our main view. And also, how you can see, we have a function. With this function, we will select our descriptor collection, and then we will be return string value for our picker in our main view. Now you can see this is our main content view. And now inside our main content view, we don't need our environment view context, and also we don't need fetch request, and also we don't need all book property, because all this property will be used in our list of book view. How you can see, now we'll be using this property inside this view. And now I comment this property, and now I can delete this property. And also, how you can see, we have property myBookUpViewModel. This property will be called our myBookUpViewModel object. Next, for display our item in our main content view, first we're using list. Inside the list, first we have a picker. This picker will be displayed our sort descriptor. This means we will select how we want to sort our item, what we say in our application. Next, how you can see, we have if-else statement. With this statement we check. If we select publication date in our sort descriptor, this means we'll be using our data picker for search book for correct date. If we do not select publication date, this means we want to search our book by author. How you can see, we text field and we put text for search our book for specific author. And also, how you can see, we have list of book view. With this view will be display a list what we want to display. This view take couple parameters. First parameter for selected descriptors, and also second parameters for predicate, and also we have parameters predicated date when we want to search book by specific date. And now let's move to our list book view. This is our list book view. How you can see, we have couple environment. First we have environment object, what hold our myBookUpViewModel, and also we have environment for hold our view context. Then we have fetch request for make our fetch request, and also we have all book property for hold all book item what we say by using our CoreData. And then for display a list of our books we use it for each. Inside the for each we have this tag with 3 text fields. How you can see, we have delete book method. With this method we can delete book object. How you can see, for delete book object we use it view context. First we delete this object, and then we say our view context. That means we save the changes what we make when we delete our object by using our view context. Next we have initializer. This is main thing in this view. How you can see, our initializer take couple parameters. First parameter take description collection type. Second parameter for predicate type string, and also we have predicated date by type date. How you can see, first we check if we have our description collection publication date. This means we want to find book for specific date. If we select to find book for specific date, that means we create calendar, and then we create a predicate for search book for specific date. How you can see, we take 2 parameters for search our book, start date and also end date as NS date. How you can see, we're using this start date and end date and search our book for specific date. And then, how you can see, we create our fetch request by using our book entity, and also we use it NSSortDescription by using our input description, and also we using our predicate what we create above. Next, how you can see, when we don't select publication date for our description collection, that means we'll be using code inside else statement. Inside else we have switch statement. Our switch statement take 2 values. First value for input description and second value for input predicate. With these 2 values will be search our specific book. And then, how you can see, we have couple case. In this couple case we will search our specific book. With first case we must have our description is empty, predicate is not empty. And how you can see, next we create our fetch request by using this data. For create this fetch request we don't use it descriptor, but we using our predicate. We using predicate and search our author by specific name or specific letter what we put inside our predicate. How you can see, this predicate, this means what this value we put inside our text field, and then we search if our author of name of specific book contains this letter or name. And also we have another couple cases. With second case, we check if our myPredicate is empty, but our description not be empty. And next, how you can see, for create our fetch request, we're using two values. First value is our NSSortDescriptors, we're using value for our sort descriptors. And also we're using value for our NSPredicate. This means this case will be used when we have our sort descriptors and also when we have our predicate. In the third case, we must have our descriptors not empty. This means with this case, we will be only sort our specific book, but not filter, because in this case, we don't use it NSPredicate. And by default, we don't use it descriptors and also we don't use predicate. Okay, this is our initializer inside our listbook view. And now I run a simulator and show you how work our application and also how we can create, sort and filter our books in our application. For example, how you can see, we run a simulator and now we have our book what we created previously on start in this video. We have a 6 book and now when we tap to our picker, we can sort our book by title, author, publication date and not sort. How you can see, when we tap to our picker in our menu, for selection we using our ViewModel, select description, and then we put this value from our ViewModel. We put this value inside our listbook view. How you can see, we put this value inside initializer, and then we using this value in this initializer in our listbook view. This means when we tap to picker, we select how we can use it our NSSortDescriptors. When we select publication date, for example, we want to found book by date May 22. How you can see, when we select date May 22, we found our book. This book is published by May 22, 2012. That means our publication sort work correctly. When we tap a date, that means we don't select any NS description and don't select any predicate. For example, select another date, November 11. How you can see, when we select date November 11, we found our book, what was published November 11, 2014. And now, when we want to find book by using our text field, how you can see, we use the text field for using our NSPredicate. How you can see, when we tap to this text field, we fill value inside our ViewModel text for predicate. We use this value, and then we put this value in our initializer. This value for our text NSPredicate when we try to find book for specific date. This is our value for NSPredicate. And then inside the listbook view, we're using this value by create our NSPredicate. And now, for example, when I try to find book by author Mary, how you can see, we have Mary, because this is author have name Mary. But when we tap one letter, for example, we tap R, we have two books with name what hold letter R, Mary and Barbara. We're using this text field for found specific book by using our NSPredicate. This is the end of my first video about CoreData in SwiftUI. In this video, I try to show you how you can use NSSortDescriptors and also NSPredicate. On the next video, I try to explain more about CoreData in SwiftUI. This is the end, thank you for watching.